Hey, it's Maleeka from Meeks, and today I'm at BBC Berkshire, and we've just been live on the radio. It was so amazing and so much fun, and yeah, stay tuned and hopefully you can see the link below to watch it and listen to it and do whatever you want to do with it.
This is a great story that you may have heard us mention on the show yesterday. I was keen to find out more about it. Maleeka has had a special letter from the Prime Minister because of what she's done. Good morning, guys. Very good to have you both here. Nice to see you.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Tell me about your blog, Maleeka, because that's what's led to all this. What is your blog?
So my blog is basically a blog about awareness for VIPs, which stands for visually impaired people or person,
Yeah.
or people with disabilities, which I've changed to challenges.
And what sort of stuff do you write on it?
So I write about like awareness and like tips and tricks, but also kind of like motivational quotes and just something to motivate young teens and people with challenges to make them more aware of our society and how people who are sighted or people who don't have these challenges can help us.
And tell me a bit about your visual impairment, if you don't mind me asking.
So my vision impairment is called Leber's congenital amaurosis. I was born with it from the start, so I've always been blind my whole life, and I've grown up with it. I do have some clear vision, so it's not blurred, but it is quite like limited, so like distances are quite blurry, and like I can't see face expressions, and like with colours as well. I can see the difference between colours, but I like to think of it as I haven't learnt my colours when I was young because I can't tell the difference. Like black, brown, and red all look the same, yellow, green, and blue look all the same, but I can tell, like, for example, green versus red.
Yeah.
I can tell that. So it's quite interesting actually.
So you've always had this challenge since you were born. That being the case, is it annoying every day?
Well, I've gotten used to it, and now I like to say that it's not something that pulls me back and not something that limits me. It doesn't disable me. It enables me to see the world in a new way. So I embrace it and I take it as a uniqueness. It's something special that everyone can have. Everyone is different and I'm different, and I know that I have my challenge for a reason and I live my life differently. But yeah.
So I was going to ask you that very thing. So sometimes something I've heard people say more often if they're deaf than if they have other impairments or disabilities. Sometimes deaf people say, I wouldn't want to not be deaf because that's just part of me. It's part of who I am. I have a different way of interacting with the world. Is that how you feel as someone with a visual problem?
Well, I don't mind my visual impairment, and I'm quite proud of it because it helps me embrace my life and it helps me be who I am. But I do wonder what it'd be like to not be visually impaired, but I could say, without my vision impairment, without me being a VI, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be the same person, and this is what helps me get through my life now, because I can get to understand people from a different perspective, and I do love to understand what it's like for many different people, and it just fascinates me, and I do love it, and I wouldn't be the same as who I am.
How old are you, Maleeka?
I'm 12, nearly 13.
You see, I purposely left that bit to the end because I don't think people listening to you talk about this so articulately will think I'm listening to a 12-year-old. Fizz is, I think, what you might describe as a proud mum. I'm getting proud mum vibes, Fizz.
Can you see that
rightly
big smile?
so. Rightly so. Give me your perspective on how Maleeka's life is affected by the visual impairment.
I think, to be honest with you, it's not actually her challenge. We're trying to eliminate the word disability because she's so adamant that she does not want to be called disabled. She wants it to be a physical challenge. So with this physical challenge, I think it's not the challenge that's the problem for Maleeka. It's the lack of awareness that society has. And she's adapted. I mean, she's found her way of learning. She's actually shown me the power hidden in other senses. The way that she perceives the world is so much more different than a sighted child. And it just gives me a different perspective as well. So it's amazing.
Tell me about getting your letter from Theresa May, the Prime Minister, Maleeka.
So I was at school and my assistant came up to me and she was like, "There's a letter for you at reception from the House of Commons." I was like, "What?"
I bet.
And I opened it, and knowing me, I couldn't read small print, so I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was just some letter. I didn't realise, and when my teacher read it out to me, I was just so shocked. I was so nearly tears. I was so shocked. I didn't realise that my little blog could reach such an amazing person, like the Prime Minister, Theresa May. I didn't realise it. And
but this is the letter. It says, "Dear Maleeka, I'm writing to say thank you and well done for all that you're doing to empower young people and raise awareness of the difficulties that visually impaired people face. I understand you're very bright and intelligent, and that your blog and positive attitude have made a real difference to people around you. You set a marvellous example because you show there are no limits to what someone with a disability can do, and I wish you all the best. I'm sure you have a brilliant future ahead of you. Yours sincerely, the Right Honourable Theresa May MP." Exciting, huh?
yeah, so exciting.
Thank you so much for being willing to come into the studio and tell us your story this morning. I really appreciate that. I'm going to let Fizz leave now, and I think in a couple of days she'll stop smiling. Something like that. Have a really great weekend. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So if you like my content, why don't you try giving that little subscribe button a little click with your little finger. And if you like my Instagram, at Meeks Official, go check it out. It's got lovely content like quotes, beauty and gaming, and there should be lots more coming in the future. And if you guys like Facebook, go check out my Facebook page. It's really colourful and pretty, just like my little website over there.